Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today. Betty Rock has been going first lately, but I know her story, so I will do a segue based on this story, because this was a big story that was in the news that we didn't really touch today on the show, but it was the third attempt on President Trump's life, which it's so weird to say that. The third attempt, like if a president has one attempt, it's out of the norm, you know? And well, sadly, I hope this isn't where we're going as a country, where this is like, oh, I don't like what you do or what you say, and this is how we're going to resolve it. You know, I thought we had got past these points from years gone by, you know, but we've always had them. You look back all the way back to Abraham Lincoln, you know, and then you've got, you know, all the other attempt, like Ronald Reagan,
John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that this is what we're still doing to this day. But he was at the White House Correspondents Dinner, which he typically, I don't think he's done one yet, and decided to do one. And then this guy ran through security and like through the metal detector and was firing. And so you had probably, I think, 10 agents that subdued him, which I got to be honest with you, I'm surprised they subdued him and they didn't shoot him. Like, that part to me is really strange. I didn't see, there was not video of how that went down, because I'm like, how did you guys restrain yourselves from that?
Unless it was like a stun gun situation or I don't know.
Because he even shot one of the officers. An officer got hit in the chest, but he had his bulletproof vest on, so he was fine. He was like non-life-threatening injuries. But like that usually ratchets things up so far. It's like, okay, well, you're not walking out of this, bro. And so I kind of was thinking about a lot of this stuff too, and the rhetoric that happens inside of our politics today. Because what we've done is we don't just have somebody that has a different opinion, we have an enemy. And that's what we've made them. Like on each side there's an enemy, you know? And so when we draw those lines and you use the rhetoric and the vitriol to describe these people and you dehumanize them, and all of a sudden, this is the response to that, you know? Like when you have people talking about, you know, from the left to the right, you know, you're the Gestapo and you're making these Hitler analogies and things like that, and fascism and all these things that half the people that are making the claims don't even know what it means. But like, you're stoking these flames of the people who are not balanced. We have imbalanced people in this country, you know, and so they hear this, and for some people it's like, I'm just spouting off, I'm just saying words. But for other people, it's a call to action, it's a call to arms, and that's what we're seeing for a lot of these people. I think these people see themselves as martyrs or heroes for their actions, you know, and so it was just one of those things that sadly, while I was jarred by it, I was also like, oh, another one. You know, like, that's horrible to, like, be at that place. Like, I mean, like, when your president has to, well, they've always had security, obviously, for these reasons, but, like, to have 3 attempts on one guy's life. Here's the weird thing, though. There's also, like, a victim-blaming mentality here, because there's people on the left that go, well, if he didn't do what he did, probably wouldn't happen. You're like, whoa, that is a real dangerous comment, you know, like, because that's victim blaming, you know, and so, but they see this guy as so evil that they justify whatever happens. I mean, some of the stories and the videos you would see of parents indoctrinating their kids to hate someone that they don't even know, that they've never met. It's really, really sad. But then I'm like, what happened to, like, in this moment? Did you see much of the video, Rock?
No, not too much.
Because I saw a couple different videos, and so I saw the first one where the guy tries to get through the metal detector area. Then I saw him grabbing J.D. Vance and rushing him out. Then they go to grab Trump, and they're pushing him, and he falls as they're trying to get him out.
Trump did?
Trump did, yeah. And people were saying, well, why did they do, like, in that order? But it's like, I was reading this thing where they're like, when that kind of chaos happens, they react and they go to where they're supposed to go, and whoever's there closest, and they grab them, you know, like the vice president. Because you were like, why don't you grab Trump first? He's the president. But like, they got to Vance first with this group of people, and then this group of people got to Trump, and then they got him out. But what was really weird, there was another video circulating. There's 2 other videos as part of this that were weird, is somebody after the president and vice president are rushed out, somebody tries to do a USA chant, and it just fails miserably. Oh. Like, because like when Trump was shot in the ear.
They did that.
He had his hand up, and he was like, I forget what he said. What did he say? But, it became like this rallying cry. And like all these people, USA, USA, and so somebody tries to USA, he's like, USA, and then you hear another person, USA, and then somebody like, USAA, or are we talking about the insurance? What are we doing here? And like it just flopped. And I was like, why? And I'm like, because you're at the White House Correspondents Dinner. You're in a room with a bunch of journalists who hate him. Like, so you're not at a Trump rally where they're like, that's my guy. You're at a place where it was already a hostile environment.
I did see on GMA where they were able to backtrack where this guy, the shooter, came from, like at his home.
Yeah.
And that he had left a letter to his family explaining what he was going to do, that he was going to start at the top and work his way down to the bottom, and he didn't care how many people he was going to take with him.
So sad.
But also, too, that he had said something about that how he was going to get away with it was he had made reservations at the hotel.
Yes.
And he could take weapons in with him, and that's how he got away with it. Then he snuck down like 10 flights of stairs or something to get to where the president was. But all that is good information because now they can think those things through when they host something like this.
Yeah, because it was at just an open hotel where you could stay. It was like the building wasn't like locked down like another like event venue where you could truly control who was there. And so, yeah, they probably learned a little something from that too. But good night.
But also, too, that he was the teacher of the month or something.
Yeah,
and
it just doesn't add up.
I think I was telling you I'm reading a book. I just got done with it.
Yeah.
It's from A Mother's Reckoning, I think is what it's called, something like that. But it is a biography of the mom of one of the shooters of the first high school shooting. Columbine.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And how she talked about how all these signs she missed, but she thought he was just being a typical teenager.
Right.
And when you read it, you're like, sounds like any other teenager.
Right.
But she dives into more of the video games and how you play those first shooter games and how that can kind of desensitize you to human life.
Oh, 100%.
And two, if you are just so depressed, you don't care about your own life, so you're not going to care about others as well. And so that could be this guy's situation, the shooter, I'm not sure. But like for him to be where he was helping develop things for people in wheelchairs and stuff, and then all of a sudden just have this huge falling out, you have to wonder, what was he watching? What was he doing on social media? Did he live alone? Did he live with his family?
What was the catalyst that took him from a teacher of the month kind of thing to somebody that's
the reason that we look for these explanations is because we want to feel like we have some type of control. Because if we can see those things in someone, then if we notice them in someone, then we know, we need to call the authorities on them.
But the sad irony is a lot of times it is just looking back in retrospect, because a lot of these things don't happen with one thing. It's always a series of things that in and of themselves, when you see them, you don't think too much about it. But then when it becomes looking back at it, you see the conglomeration of it, and you're like, oh, wow, how did we not see it? Well, because you were looking at small pieces at the time, And this is the other part of this that's crazy, too, is like, this guy's a teacher. What was he teaching other kids? That's terrifying. I've seen a bunch of teachers that get on, social media, and they were advocating for the murder of President Trump, which is crazy. And these are the people teaching your kids. And then they're so sad and they're shocked and they're crying when they get fired. Good. I don't care about your politics. If you're advocating for anybody's murder, to kids, and you're putting that out there, yeah, you probably shouldn't be working with kids, This was out of all of this craziness, though, and the seriousness of it, there was one funny video that showed up. There was, after the craziness has gone down, there was a guy there there was a video of him just eating his salad. It's so funny. Yeah, it was just a guy eating his salad. There's a big Hollywood artist agency called CAA. It's Creative Artists Agency. And this guy's name is Michael Glantz. I guess he's like a heavy hitter at there. They represent all these big stars and stuff like that. And like, so like everything's happening and like he's just eating his, they call him a super agent and he's just eating his salad afterwards. And he's like, basically like, that's something you don't see every day. It just kept going. The salad's really good, though. It must have been one heck of a salad.
You would think if I went to something like that, if I was in attendance, I would think this is a possibility.
Yeah, anymore. Then again, that's the sad thing. When we've had I'd say we've had a little bit of a reprieve of like active shooter type stuff. It always seems to kind of go in waves. And like you'll go through, it's like one after another, like what is going on? And then you'll go months, 6 months without anything, and then all of a sudden it starts up again, and you're like, why has that happened? Is it because it gets in the news and now some disgruntled person decides this is what they're gonna do? Or
they think this is the only solution. If you disagree with someone, the only solution is to go where they are and shoot them.
Well, the thing about it is it starts too when they're kids. Honestly, like that's people begin the getting broken process a lot of times as kids, sadly, and things like bullying or other things like affect them. And the one thing they could probably use is a parent in their life that loves them and is going to be there for them and maybe even hug them a little.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yes, hugging. I'm so glad you brought that up because I read this whole thing how Nicole Kidman, she has 2 teenage daughters, Sunday Rose, who is 17, and Faith Margaret, who is 15. And she told a news article, she said, I make them hug me for 2 minutes every day.
It's a long time. Is it consecutive?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Like if you like 30 seconds here, run a stopwatch,
no.
2 minutes consecutive.
2 minutes. Okay?
That has to feel like eternity.
Well, the reason she does it is because there is some biological medicine behind it, is what they claim, that it shifts your body from a fight or flight to rest and digest.
Almost like grounding. People talk about going outside and laying in the grass.
Yeah.
I could imagine that this has that same thing. And maybe even better if it's someone that's not creepy, like you like.
If it's your mom, like that's not a big deal.
Yeah. If it's your
right?
boss, a little weird, Huh.
Did you ever have any creepy hugs?
Yeah, I did actually.
Were you the creepy giver?
No. I was the recipient. Jason Gray, the Christian artist, Jason Gray, hugged me for way too long. And to the point where he was talking during the hug, and he's like, just let it go. Just lean into it. Because he was going through some stuff, and we were talking about that. And he's like, I'm telling you, man, like, having someone hug you, it kind of resets you, and it feels good. And I'm like, oh, okay. And like at about 20 seconds in, I'm ready to go. Like my flight is kicked in, and he just kept going. He's much taller than me too, so it felt really weird. And I appreciate what he was trying to do and trying to show me, but
do you?
No, yeah, I do. I mean, his heart was in the right place. The execution, whew, that was rough.
Was
for me.
rough.
That was real rough for me because I'm not a big like touchy feely person like
Hugger.
that. I'm not with the people that are super close to me. I totally am. But like with my daughter, I'm very emotive with her. I just want to hug her and tell her I love her.
Would you hug her for 2 minutes?
Oh yeah, but I think we both would be like, all right, who's gonna hit who in the throat first? Because she's like me too. Like she likes that, but I think only from certain people for a certain amount of time.
I think most of us feel that way.
Oh yeah. Do you have any birthdays? Because that'd be fun to celebrate some real good birthdays today.
That wasn't a segue, but
yeah,
sure. Michelle wants to wish Cooper a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Coop.
Said he's my awesome son. Coop will fill your life with adventure and fun. He is working on catching a fish in every state.
Oh, nice.
That's a cool goal. I like that. It is truly a joy to know him and watch the way he impacts people for Jesus.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder
Awesome.
did it say how old he is?
No.
I like his goal, though. I like when kids have like a plan and they want to accomplish something. I always think that's great. Like with my daughter, when she would have something, I would go all in with her, and so like I'm an all in person. I love you a lot.
What if she was all about hermit crabs and wanting to rehome them.
Oh, like hypothetical Hayden?
Mm-hmm.
Thank the Lord he's hypothetical, because I would have a hard time being all
But what
in.
if your favorite child,
Oh,
Haley,
100%, I'm in.
would you be there hand painting all of the shells?
Oh, yeah. I'd take a class and learn
And
how
right
to...
in there, home is where the heart is?
Oh, yeah.
You would do that?
I would learn to airbrush. I would ratchet it up a notch and, stuff like that.
Making them out of wood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You totally would.
Yeah.
The question is, Wally talks about retirement a lot.
Yeah.
If you all were to reinvent the show because you all retired at the same time, what would it look like?
Oh, like somebody else taking over this mess? Huh. I don't know. Like, could we will it to somebody? We will the show to them? I don't know. I don't know what it would be. Like, who I would give it to, and what I would want them to do. Because, like, I wouldn't want them to be just a clone of us. It's like I'd want you to do
They may
your
not
own
want
thing.
to either.
No. Sadly, no.
Would you want them?
I definitely don't want them to be better.
Would you want them to put up a plaque that says, like up above the studio, that says, in commemoration of
Yes.
Wally?
20 years of service, R.I.P., died in this chair. It is funny, though, because, like I wouldn't want someone to be better at this than me.
But how do you control that?
I can't. It's my desire. Like when I would leave a company before, like if you ever got fired or whatever, if you left, you never wanted them to do better without you.
Right, because that proves the point.
Exactly. It's like, we got rid of you. Good thing we made this better. And
No, I
so
get
that would be hard. I don't know what retirement looks like or when. I want to stay here for another few years, probably at least 3. I want to do at least 3 and then reevaluate. Like, because I think I have that in me still, and I want to be honest about it. Like, do I A, still love what I do, B, still get to do what I think is the right thing, and then C, like, am I still relevant? Like, because there are a lot of people that stay too long, and you like all these like 70s bands that are still touring, or even 80s bands that are still touring. You're like, that's sad. Like, you just need to go. And I hear radio guys that can't let it go, and it's hard because it's when something has been your identity for so long, then you can't let it go. And that's why, as I've gotten older, I'm trying to shift what my identity is.
That's smart.
Yeah, and so that when that time comes, it's going to be a much easier step away.
Won't hurt so much.
Yeah. Because
That's
otherwise,
smart.
like, part of you is like kind of dying, or you've said, okay, this part of me's dead. And
But if you have something to look forward to, then
absolutely,
that's
So
smart.
I'm working towards that. And then, kind of like Pharaoh, they would bury the servants with him. That's what's going to happen to Betty. So when I
I'm
retire,
a servant? First of all, who put me in that category?
bad example, but
I'll
I
take
just
myself out of that
I just
one.
meant you're going to die when I die. Like,
Oh, really? Interesting.
you know what? Okay, you know what? I'm going to backtrack this whole thing because you're so much younger than I am. I'm going to backtrack this whole thing. The only succession I would like is to see it become your thing, and you do whatever you think you should do.
This
with
be
it.
the Betty show?
Yeah.
No.
I would love. See, that's the only succession I would like.
I appreciate that, but
Yeah.
no. I would pass that on. I don't want your seat.
Yeah.
I don't want none of that.
My seat comes with some different things.
It has responsibilities that I don't care to even do.
Yeah.
No way, Jose.
Yeah.
There are most people, I would say, that are in my seat want to get there.
Yes.
But where I'm at is the pinnacle for me.
Because
I don't want to go no further than that.
in a radio show, like, you have the host and the second, and then like a third and sometimes a fourth. The second is a great position to be in.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to do all the business stuff. You typically don't have to do a lot of the crazy, insane meetings or other things. And you have time when you're talking to think and then just deliver your one line or your 2 lines, and it's just perfect. And everyone's like, man, they're so funny or they're so good, because you had time to think about it. Like, when you're hosting, you're having to do right and left brain stuff. But you're absolutely right. Well, I used to be a second for a big chunk of my career, and I loved it, but I wanted to be in this chair. And then I got in this chair, and no one will let me go back to being a second because it's so good.
You wouldn't be happy. I think you would enjoy being second for a little bit, but it would drive you nuts.
I couldn't do it now.
Yeah.
Like after doing this and knowing how I like it done, the person that I would have to be a second to would have to be so good at it that I stood like in awe of their abilities. And that's how when I first started, it was for me. The guy I worked with, even though we ended up not like liking each other for a time, he was so good at being a first. Better than me. Still, to this day, better than me. And so, like, I learned so much from him about this that I didn't even understand at the time. And so then, like, I'm like, oh, wow, this guy was really, really good at this, you know? And so I would have to trust somebody to that point to be the second again.
But you know, when you let this go, it's not your baby.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're fostering it.
Yeah.
And then you have to hand your foster baby to someone else.
Well, the good news of it is it's not like the show name is going to go on. Like when what's-his-name died, the Kid Craddock show. So Kid Craddock was a legendary radio show. So Kid Craddock dies. They just kept the name of the show and all the people on it. It's the weirdest thing. And so they just kept that going, you know.
I bet they'll do that for Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, they won't do it for me.
Because he is the best of the best.
Although no one could be as great as Ryan Seacrest. So.
What if you go and they're like, Ryan Seacrest has just gotten saved and he wants to take over.
And the co-host is Jerry O'Connell. I am coming back from the dead. And I am like gonna make sure that they are removed.
And they're like, it's amazing. He hasn't even started yet, and already the ratings are
through the roof, astronomical. They can't even be this high. He has a 1 billion share, and there's only 1 million people possible. How does he do it? He's just that good.
Who is the president of their fan club? Let me look and see.
Yeah.
Someone named Betty Rock.
Et tu, Brutus? Yes, I would believe that wholeheartedly.
Hilarious.
All right. Well, that's going to have to do it for your Aftercast for today. This week might be a little different. Like, I have to be out Friday because I'm going to my niece's graduation.
Oh, but
from college.
Wednesday is coming.
Wednesday, I'm getting my kidney surgery for kidney stones.
He's getting lasers.
Oh, so not good.
On both sides.
Yeah.
Not just one, but both.
Double
then he's going to swell
everything.
up, okay?
Yeah.
And then that's where the trouble begins.
My plan is 100% to be here on Thursday. But I also am becoming, as part of growing up, I'm becoming more and more aware of my limitations.
I'm gonna ask Chatty G real fast.
Yeah.
What is your procedure called?
I don't even know.
Okay, I'm gonna say,
It's
what is the realistic possibility that he will be into work the next day?
I think it's good because I've heard other people talk about this, and one of the things they said in my post-op thing, it literally said, "Don't be a couch potato. Move around. It will help you." And so when I saw that, I'm like, oh, well, they must be planning on me to go back to work. That's good. So the goal is for me to be here and be able to share some of the details with you. I can't share them all because even I don't want to talk about them.
Hold on.
Okay, you Chatty G in?
Yeah. What realistically, what is the probability that he will be back at work the very next day? Okay. It's thinking. It's pondering.
It's going, why would he want to do that?
Realistically, pretty low.
Oh, no.
What you're describing sounds like bilateral ESWL, shockwave lithotripsy.
Oh, it's not lithotripsy. Okay, I've had lithotripsy before, but I think I went to work the next day with that, too.
Uteral stents on both sides.
Yes.
And the stents are the part that usually knocks people out of commission more than the stone blasting itself.
That is what I've heard. That's what the doctor said.
What usually happens after this procedure, the day of Wednesday, sedation, anesthesia, groggy, wiped out, soreness in back and flanks, blood and urine.
Hey, that's fun.
The next day, this is where it gets rough for most people.
No.
stents cause?
No.
Constant urge to urinate.
No, that's the worst part of kidney stones.
Burning or discomfort.
No.
Bladder spasms.
Oh.
Back kidney pain.
Oh.
Just an overall I feel miserable vibe.
Oh.
And that's one stent. He'll have 2.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Because, like, the thing about the having to tinkle, like that, if you've ever had, like, a bladder infection, you know what that feels like. It's the worst. I feel bad for women like that. But my kidneys, it's part of the kidney stones that gives you that. It is the worst part of it, by far. I can handle the jabbing like a knife in my back fine, but that other part is horrible.
This says the probability he's back the next day, fully normal, hosting like usual, there's a 10 to 20% chance.
I'm going to beat it.
You could show up but be struggling.
Yep.
That's a 30 to 40% chance.
That's likely.
More likely outcome, he takes at least 1 to 2 days off.
I can't.
What doctors usually recommend, plan for a couple days of recovery, especially if multiple stones, both sides are treated and stents are placed.
Oh, man. Okay, I've overestimated my abilities, it sounds like. So I'll see you guys on Monday is what it's feeling like. Oh, plus I have to drive to Alabama to go to that graduation.
That's bad timing.
Especially if you have to constantly feel like you got to tinkle. Oh,
that sounds miserable.
It does sound miserable. Maybe Marty could just go and I could call this one out. I don't know. Anyway, well, we'll see. Maybe the Lord will do his work. Maybe.
Yeah, and his work is you need to slow down and heal, and so you're gonna chill.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I love your evil maniacal laugh.
No, I just like to put you at ease.
Yeah, well, that did none of that.
Well, and I hope, too, that during the procedure that you are numbed up for sure. But I hope that you wake up in the middle of it and make eye contact with people.
No, I don't. I don't want to see these people ever again. Like, when they come in, like, to see how I'm doing, I'm going to fake asleep. Like, after I've already come back, and then I'm going to wheel myself in the wheelchair out just to my car, and then...
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Good times.
Good times. All right, well, we'll see how this whole thing shakes out, and as always, thanks for being a potty.